Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz, and I'm here with Sierra Clark. I know we're matching, wasn't on purpose, but we are excited to jump right in and talk about the Hogs. A big game today.
Yeah, absolutely. We finally have a game time, 6:16 on ESPN+. The Razorbacks will be playing who they played last night, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. That game went crazy long.
What a game,
yeah. Went past the broadcast, so we didn't have any highlights for that, but it was a wild one, 20-12, with the Hogs coming out on top. Jalen Battles added a grand slam to really put the Razorbacks up, and that was just like the icing on the cake. And this game today is so important because if the Hogs win, they are going to Super Regionals, so that is real exciting. It's just one step closer to Omaha.
Yes, and a lot of runs last night, so it was an exciting game overall.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we'll be sure to tune in a little later in the show to hear all about it. Thanks so much, Sierra. And we also are going to check in with Corrales Ortiz here with your latest forecast. Corrales?
Yeah, good evening, you guys. I should have gotten the blue memo. Would have been matching with all of y'all over there. But we had another nice end to the weekend. We saw a mixture of some sun and clouds, but in some spots they actually managed to see some rain. For us, though, here in Central Arkansas, we've been mostly quiet. We're seeing partly sunny conditions right now with temperatures in the upper 80s and a warm wind out of the south. Those dew points are increasing, though, into the 60s, so it's getting slightly more humid as each day passes. But as I mentioned, some parts of the state saw a passing shower. Storms started off to our north and west, and now we have a cluster of storms making its way over into southwest portions of the state. Some of them did produce some severe thunderstorm warnings. For the most part, no warnings in place, just a few strong storms making its way on through in southern portions of Interstate 30 there near Texarkana. We are going to be mostly quiet for tonight, seeing partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions. Going to be very mild with those temperatures staying mainly in the low 70s to upper 60s. We are going to be seeing quite the active weather pattern for this upcoming week with rain chances pretty much every single day. So I'll have more details on that forecast coming up.
Last night, we told you about a shooting that occurred on South University in Little Rock, and tonight we have new details on that. Little Rock police say that they responded to shots being fired around 10 p.m. at the Exxon gas station in the area. One victim is still in critical condition tonight at an area hospital following that incident, and we're still working to learn more, and of course we will provide you with those details as they become available. We also have new details on the hit and run on Canis Road early yesterday morning. The Little Rock woman that was injured in that accident has sadly passed away. The accident happened just west of the Poplar Grove Senior Community, and Little Rock police say the woman was struck by a white vehicle while she was walking along Canis Road just before 1 a.m. yesterday. Police ask that anyone with information or video of this incident call investigators at 501-918-5105. And there were mass shootings in at least 8 cities across the country this weekend. 2 happened overnight at a popular gathering place and left at least 6 people dead. Natalie Brandt has the latest.
This is the moment immediately after shots rang out on South Street in downtown Philadelphia, an area filled with hundreds of people out at bars, nightclubs, and restaurants. Witnesses say several suspects fired into a large crowd just before midnight.
We believe that one of the 3 decedents was a male involved in a physical altercation with another male that was potentially the genesis of the shooting. These individuals eventually began firing at one another, with both being struck, one fatally.
Police say at least 3 people died and a dozen were injured. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, at least 3 people were killed in a shooting near a nightclub. 14 others were injured by gunfire and 3 hit by vehicles trying to flee the scene.
There's going to be multiple shooters. We cannot confirm how many.
The weekend of gun violence follows mass shootings in Buffalo, New York and Uvalde, Texas. And the growing threat is leaving Americans feeling on edge. A new CBS News poll finds 3 in 4 parents are at least somewhat concerned about the possibility of gun violence at their children's school. The poll also finds most Americans believe mass shootings can be stopped, but they're not optimistic Congress can act. On Capitol Hill, lawmakers from both sides say talks for new gun legislation are making progress.
It feels to me like we are closer than we've been since I've been in the Senate. I've never been part of negotiations as serious as these.
Senate negotiators say measures like expanded background checks and investments into mental health and school safety are on the table. They hope to come to a tentative agreement this week. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
The House will also vote on a separate gun control legislation this week. And Wednesday, the 11-year-old girl who played dead during the Texas shooting will appear before Congress. In a consumer alert this evening, Abbott Nutrition says its baby formula plant in Michigan is finally back open. The facility was shut down back in February because of a recall tied to contamination. Wendy Gillette is in New York with why the development is important.
The nation's largest producer of baby formula, Abbott Nutrition's plant in Sturgis, Michigan, is operating once again. The factory was closed down for 4 months following a recall after 4 babies who drank formula from the plant developed bacterial infections. 2 of them died. The reopening came under new restrictions set by the FDA, an agency under investigation for its handling of the lead-up to the plant closure and recall. Abbott Nutrition said in a statement it, quote, will ramp production as quickly as we can while meeting all requirements. The shutdown exacerbated a nationwide baby formula shortage. Across the country, almost 74% of shelves are empty. 10 states are 90% out of baby formula. Baby Chloe can't tolerate dairy and now can only drink one specific type of formula.
Just terrifying to think, what if I couldn't find her specific formula, because it's not like Chloe can just eat whatever is available.
On Friday, President Biden tweeted that the U.S. has secured another 33 million bottles of formula from Nestle, adding that means more than 127 million bottles are heading to stores soon. The administration flew formula from Europe, invoked the Wartime Defense Production Act, and eased import rules for foreign manufacturers. But the crisis still left desperate parents searching for formula in food banks and at doctors' offices, wherever there was any kind of supply. Abbott will first start production at the plant of special formulas distributed to healthcare providers. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
And it'll take about 3 weeks for consumers to see baby formula from the Michigan plant back on store shelves. And as you prepare for the work week ahead, we have some traffic information for Benton commuters. Take a look at the map you're going to see on your screen here. Crews will close Frontage Road below the bridge beginning tonight, and it will remain closed for about 1 month. This temporary traffic plan will allow construction crews to prepare for moving traffic into the roundabout later this summer. There will be detour signs for West Seaver Street and Bell Street to return to the Frontage Road or to cross over the South Street Bridge. And as many prepare to head to work, some are already there. A business expo is wrapping up in downtown Little Rock right now. The Minding My Black-Owned Business event today showcased area black businesses. The new business owners of Southern Pasta Trust, local black businesses around Loft 1023. Mayor Frank Scott Jr. couldn't be there himself, but had a representative there who said the event adds to the economic equity of the city. The inaugural event brought in support for businesses with the hopes to gain more exposure in the community.
See how many different variations of business you have. People in finance, people in education, people in beauty, all different industries.
Tonight at 10, we will bring you more from that event with our own Jade Jackson. Still ahead, the recent increase in gun violence is leaving many people searching for a cause. Now, some people are thinking that violence in video games could be a factor, but is that true? We'll verify next.
And we had a mainly quiet weekend, but as we go into the new week, the weather pattern is going to be quite busy for us with chances of some showers and storms in the forecast for multiple days. So I'll explain more on that and what else is in store for our upcoming week in your forecast coming up in minutes.